Hey, me.
Hi, can you hear me?
I can hear you. I'm on my phone.
Dr. J.C. Cooley. That's right. Dr. J.C. Cooley. It's the J. Cooley Show. It's your life. Let's go. It's the J. Cooley Show. It's your life. Dr. J.C. Cooley. All right.
The James Cooley Show, It's Your Life, can be heard every Sunday at 6 p.m. right here on 660 AM The Answer in Dallas-Fort Worth. Life is full of circles, cycles, phases, and stages. It's your choice to ignore them or embrace them. Motivational speaker, author, military veteran, and founder of the J.C. Cooley Foundation, James Cooley, and his guests will inspire and equip you to strive for your own greatness and overcome adversities. Listen to The James Cooley Show, It's Your Life, every Sunday at 6 p.m. right here on 660 AM The Answer in Dallas-Fort Worth.
The James Cooley Show, It's Your Life, can be heard every Sunday at 9 p.m. right here on The Answer San Diego. Life is full of circles, cycles, phases, and stages. It's your choice to ignore or embrace them. Motivational speaker, author, military veteran, and founder of the J.C. Cooley Foundation, James Cooley, and his guest will inspire and equip you to strive for your own greatness and overcome adversities. Listen to The James Cooley Show, It's Your Life, every Sunday at 9 p.m. right here on The Answer San Diego.
Yeah. Dr. J.C. Cooley. The J. Cooley Show. It's your life. Yeah.
Hello, welcome to the James Cooley Show, It's Your Life. I'm your host, Dr. James J.C. Cooley, and wow, we got an absolutely fantastic, sensational show coming your way today. We got one of my sisters who I haven't talked to in a while. She's probably gonna beat me up, but yeah, well, I still love her. She's, you know how family love is, So I'm looking forward to having her on the show. She is a blessing in disguise. She is doing so many great things out there. I mean, she handling up, and I'm telling you, she's gonna tell you how to handle up. So I'm excited about having her on the show. How you doing, Dr. Cooley? How you doing?
I'm doing great, James. How are you?
I am doing just fine. Kind of got a little cold sneezing here, so I'm trying not to sneeze on air. But but other than that, I'm doing just fine.
Yes, we love having this guest on our show. I mean, she's a family friend. She is an entrepreneur. She's a CEO, founder. She's like, how they say James Brown was the hardest working man. I think this woman's one of the hardest working women in the one of the hardest working women in the business. I mean, I don't know how she does it. She's a wife. She's a mother. She's a businesswoman. She takes time for vacations. She better. And she's just gracing us with her presence on the show today.
And she wears a million hats, so a lot of million hats. And I'm excited about the show. So I'll tell you what, whichever platform that you all are watching this on, whether it's E36 Television, Transfer TV, YouTube, LinkedIn, Twitter, Facebook, Rumble, and over 84 other platforms, welcome to the show. If you want to be part of this great discussion, all you have to do, just go to the comments, ask any question that you might have. I promise you we'll get you an answer. Michelle, can you do the honors by introducing the title of the show, the purpose of the show, and introduce this superstar of a guest that we got?
Oh, most definitely. So the title of today's show is Entrepreneurship for the Next Generation. Why now? So we're having a conversation with Ambassador Dr. Margaret Dureke. She's the founder and executive director for WETATi Academy and Margaret Speaks. She's going to discuss entrepreneurship mindset teaching should be taught as early as possible in schools, encouraging youth to be exposed and encouraged to start innovating and creating businesses, successful businesses helping minorities to start business initiatives. So Ambassador Dr. Margaret Dureke is a distinguished dynamic figure, honored with the Presidential Lifetime Achievement Award in 2022 and recognized as the MLS 2023 All-Star Hometown Hero, selected as one of the Maryland Daily Record Top 100 Women in 2023, and received Honorary Doctorate in Entrepreneurship and Business Administration in 2022. She's the founder, president, executive director of WETATi Academy, a practical entrepreneurship education and empowerment nonprofit organization located at and in partnership with the Nyumburu Cultural Center, the University of Maryland, College Park. Additionally, she's the founder of Margaret Speaks, a training platform that she uses to teach others on how to rewrite their tomorrow. You know, she's an acclaimed as an international moxie motivational speaker. You know, she does it all, and she has academic honors from Howard University with a BA and Juris Doctorate Degree in law from American University, Washington College of Law. I'm running out of breath, so I'm just going to introduce her and let her tell about herself. Welcome back to the show, Ambassador Dr. Margaret Dureke,
Girl,
aka one of the hardest women working in the business.
Sister Michelle, I was about to tell you to stop, girl. Just stop.
I was exhausted. I couldn't talk anymore.
And that is 100th of what is. And I'll speak to that in a minute. It's not about me, really. It's about those we can inspire to uplift so that they too can get up. Or if you're already up, but you're looking at what is that next, what do I need to do to scale, right? Because what is it? Settlement, satisfaction is not settlement. That's another story for another day, right? So I just want to go to you guys. Brother James, like you rightfully said, I haven't seen you in a while, but you look amazing. You look great with your bald head, bald everything, clean shaven. I give God the glory for what you've been through in the last couple of months, because you don't have to look like what you've been through. You're an exemplary of getting up no matter what. So happy to see. I haven't seen you in a while. You and my baby sister, Michelle, you guys are the it couple. So proud of you guys. Because of you, tomorrow is better. And today we have hope because you held on. Let's tell others how they too can. Instead of focusing on what didn't work out and life is passing you by, pick your pieces up and make a remnant become the real thing. Really? So
we're proud of you. We are so proud of you. But I'm going to let James start the show off.
You know, even though we haven't seen each other, I've been watching what you all been doing, and amazing things.
Yeah.
You know, and your academy, everything that you do is reaching out and lifting others up, and that's what it's all about. It's being
you know, Brother James, though, you know that before you continue, really, a lot of people keep wondering why their life stink or they're stuck, because they focus on themselves. If you want to see lights on your path, focus on what you can do to uplift other people. People, I'm telling you, I'm sure they might have heard it before, but I'm telling them now, whoever is watching, if you want to be better and do better or feel better or grow yourself, focus on what, the more people you help, the better your life will be, the more fulfillment. And I'm telling you the truth, you know? Because there was a time I was like, why me? I'm like, okay, who are you willing to give off of you to help in this world? I just think that if nothing else they got from us today, you got to figure out, don't look to be successful. Look for a platform to be significant. And it doesn't have to be on TV. It doesn't have to be anywhere. And the Lord of the universe knows the timing when he will elevate you. So those you want them to see you will see you. But start off by looking for who can you help. And that's what I'm going to have that theme infused in the conversation we're going to have today.
And you're right. It's who you can help. It's not about the I, the me, and the mine. It's about the we, the us, and the ours. So I believe that is so significant in receiving God blessings, because when you give, when you help lift up others, God do not forget about you.
Not at all.
Yeah.
No. Yeah. Even those people that are watching like you, there comes a time they're like, "Ooh, I've been watching you. Can you come over here? Let's have a conversation." That's where you have to keep on keeping on, keep being you, doing you. When that time comes, both God and man will give you the recognition and help you to elevate to that next level. Just keep on. Don't worry about it. Just keep on keeping on.
Keep on keeping on. I've been seeing you and John on TV, on everything, doing your thing. Your fundraiser, which last month or 2 months ago. So I'm tracking you now. I'm always tracking.
I need to know what kind of tracker you're using so I can go turn it off.
I just got back from the motherland.
Michelle was telling me. I'm like, whoa.
That was one of the greatest experiences I have ever had.
That's why you feel so. You're like there's a resonance. There's something about you have not seen before. I don't. I'm not okay. I don't want to spook you out, but there is a release that overcame you. There's something I can't put my finger on it, but where you're now, it's like you exhaled, basically. If that makes sense.
I exhaled, and God turned around 3 days ago and said, "I want you back." So I'm going back the 22nd of this month. So it's amazing. I mean, I had a great time when I was there. I'm going to Ghana this time.
Okay.
So I'm looking forward to it. I'm trying to get Michelle to go with me, but that flight, she can't get over the flight.
I know it's a long flight, sometimes 13 hours, 12 hours.
No. We're talking about 30, 32, 34 hours.
Yeah, to go to West Africa from America is not 30, is when you go to the other side. But sometimes the delays and the turn, it takes a lot. But if you stay focused on the goal and objective, the time will mean nothing.
Well, I got through that. Coming back and going, what have you and John been doing lately? Tell
the question is what haven't we been doing? So a lot of people say, well, you just need this major event, you should be traveling this. And I said, we do a little bit of that. We did a little cruise the other day at the Spirit of DC and stuff like that. But whenever you start a journey or something or a project or something you believe in, there comes a time where you cannot go too far from it, because by the time you come back, because you're trying to do what other people are doing, but every person's journey is different. You got to know where yours is. If you do that prematurely, by the time you come back, everything that you worked hard for is going to be in the gutter. And you don't want that. So it's only you and your God that knows exactly where you are, where you need to be at every given point. So WETATi Academy is where, like right now, we are working on expansion. We're getting a lot more schools. And first of all, for people who don't know what WETATi stands for, it stands for We Are Empowered to Achieve the Impossible Academy. And we are a practical entrepreneurship education nonprofit organization in partnership with University of Maryland College Park. So I just wanted to make sure I qualified that. So because of that, right after that program we did in June, where we had close to 500 people there, we're getting calls. They saw the impact of this entrepreneurship mindset shift we're pushing on these kids. Because the notion in the past is that, oh, just let the kids can be kids. Let them just go to college, let them get their degree. But the times, like I said, now we're seeing that classroom education is not enough. Getting you your good government job is not enough. People now need to reinvent, to rethink, and reshape what financial well-being, building wealth looks like for the next generation. If we failed ourselves, we cannot fail the next generation, because now we can see with the current climate that every human being should be an entrepreneur. I don't care whether you know how to do it or not. The reason why I push entrepreneurship more than business, because there's a distinction between an entrepreneur and a business person. An entrepreneur could be a business person, but a business person is not necessarily an entrepreneur.
Hey, Doc, hold that, Doc. We got to take a station break. We got to take a station break. I'll tell you what, you already see.
Okay.
This is going to be lively, and you're going to learn a whole lot. So we're going to take a station break. You want to be part of this conversation with your platform that you're watching us on. All you have to do is go to the comments, ask any question that you might have. I promise you we'll get you an answer. It's your life, and we'll see you shortly after the break.
Doctor James JC Cooley. The James Cooley Show. It's your life.
Welcome to Viridian Christian University, where faith and learning come together to transform lives. At VCU, we believe that education is more than just academics. It's about fostering a community of growth, integrity, and purpose. Whether you're pursuing a bachelor's, master's, or doctorate, VCU offers flexible, affordable, and 100% online degree programs that cater to your busy life. Our innovative platform provides a personalized learning experience, empowering you to thrive in today's ever-evolving world. Join a global community of learners guided by an experienced faculty who are committed to your success. With VCU, you're not just earning a degree, you're preparing for a future that integrates faith, leadership, and service. Viridian Christian University, educating with purpose, transforming lives. Learn more at ViridianChristianUniversity.com. ViridianChristianUniversity.com.
A Black Man's Point of View is the newest Amazon.com #1 release and bestseller book from author Dr. James J.C. Cooley, featuring the perspective from 11 other contributing authors. In A Black Man's Point of View, Dr. James Cooley unpacks his thoughts and personal experiences about the challenges, stereotypes, and feelings of self-worth that many black men face today due to a 400-year ancestry rooted in slavery and colonization. Yet, how so many black men move forward despite this history. Most importantly, A Black Man's Point of View conveys that all men, regardless of race, creed, or color, are capable of love, respect, and dignity. Described as a map to a greater life from the heart of a man who's experienced life's misfortune and harsh conditions, James shows us how beliefs, convictions, and a healthy mentality can help propel a life worth living. A must-read for all. Order your copy of A Black Man's Point of View by author Dr. James J.C. Cooley today from Amazon.com or wherever books are sold.
The James Cooley Show. It's your life. That's right.
Hello, welcome back to the James Cooley Show. It's your life, and sitting here having a great conversation with my sister, Ambassador Dr. Margaret Dureke, and you probably add some more titles to that as well. She's doing so many great things out there. And what we're talking about right now is a mindset, entrepreneur mindset. And I heard you say something, Doc, that the entrepreneur spirit should probably come from home in the beginning. I mean, just teaching that and changing the mindset of youth and young adults so that they can understand there's two types of education. At least I believe. Entrepreneurial mindset and practical education. Can you talk about that a little bit? Dr. Dureke?
Yeah, can you? Okay, what was the last thing you said? I think chopped a little bit. I think the last.
I said, can you talk about the entrepreneurial mindset and the practical educational mindset?
Okay, sure.
How they can both help.
Right. So when I was coming up, when I was a young lady, I'm still young, whatever. All that was pushed on us was go ahead, get your degree, and go get a job. I have always been feisty. I knew I was more. I knew I could do more. I needed some opportunity, but I didn't know where to go. I didn't know who to turn to get that to happen. And over the years, I started business actually much later on in my life, right after law school, even right way after I graduated, so many years behind. And I realized there was so much more that I needed to know to help myself figure out how to build wealth, figure out how to be financially independent. So despite all those degrees I got from Howard University, we did a great job, American University, I still struggled. I knew something was wrong. And through some crude research I was doing, investigating, talking to other people, I found out that we have been conditioned to say, all you need, go get a degree and go find a job. But lo and behold, I said to myself, who are the ones creating the job that we have to go get? What did they do to deserve to create a job that we couldn't create ourselves, right? And that's how, and when do we get that conversation? Who talks to us about it and when? And that's when I began to realize where some of my pain points were coming from. Despite the fact that I have all these ideas, I was thinking about better ways of getting things done to make it in the financial world without even asking for somebody to give me a job because I knew what I had what it took. That's when I realized. That's really how WETATi Academy came about. I realized that I wasn't the only one that had been conditioned that what we need to do is to go get a job and then get a little picket fence, get a house, get a car. Nothing wrong with those. But that should be a comma, not a period in our journey to financial freedom, to building generational wealth. I am of the mindset and I'm convicted, and I see a lot of people even copying what we're doing and blowing it up with a bigger microphone because they got the platform, but that's okay. That if you teach a child the same way you teach them the word, the way you teach them to brush their teeth, the importance of creativity, innovation, a little early on as you push them to go get classroom education. Again, and it's nobody's fault. It is what we are taught that we project on our children. But as they say, when you know better, you do better. But our organization, WETATi Academy, has proven time and again. In fact, what is it? CBS, the CBS TV station just interviewed one of our students who won first place. They're going to air this month. And they couldn't believe this was just 14 years. And if you see the business this boy created, nobody can. And he said, if it wasn't for our organization, he wouldn't have thought about it. Can you imagine this guy in imploding and feeling a certain way with them? People call them bad kids or they're stupid, they're this and that. Is the magnitude of the creativity inside of them that nobody's giving them an outlet to participate, to innovate, that they turn into a negative. So our organization is almost like a prevention kind of organization. If we can catch those kids early, they create the jobs, they create the businesses that some of us don't even know that exist. That's what we're saying. Can we not fail this next generation? Some of us may get opportunity to redeem ourselves, maybe not. But now, particularly with the current climate in the country, where a lot of people who thought they had a secure job, they lost their jobs. But what if, why you had your 9 to 5? Because you got to pay your bills. I get that. What if you don't just come home, watch TV 24/7? What if you carve out 2 or 3 hours of your time with that particular gift, that thing that nudges you every now? Dr. James, why don't you start your crafting? Why don't you start writing a book? You keep dismissing. Stop dismissing that. That could be your gateway to building your own financial wealth. That's pretty much that mindset. Everybody has it, even if you don't have it because you brush it off. You don't want. We want to make sure the children, the youth of today, are positioned, exposed, and made aware, bring that awareness so they know that they have the power to choose what road to travel. We train two mindsets. The students who, everybody's not going to own their own business. I wish they could, because if you can control your financial freedom, you won't have any issue with anybody. Totally. But we know for a fact some people wouldn't. So those who don't, who choose not to build their own businesses, we want to train their mindset to become what we call entrepreneurial employees. Those are the employees that you don't fire. We have that in our organization. Joanna Chambers, who is an entrepreneurial employee, because they are the people who will work in that company as if it is their own. You notice those people who don't get fired when they're in the years because they're working that business like their own. Who will fire a great employee unless, you know what I'm trying to say, their ways? So I don't know what your next question is, but that's exactly why we exist. And our program, the curriculum is so beautiful that others are calling us. I'm hoping that's something you can partner with us so we can bring it to Texas or California, wherever there are children. But our focus is on low to moderate income communities or schools. We're making the impact. I wish you guys were here because Dr. C was there and see what happened this year. And now the attention is coming because they can now see the kid who won, I think, first place in the entrepreneurship competition at the national level is in 3rd grade. If you see the business, the building she built with some kind of craft, saying that she's going to go into business with her father, who is into real estate. That's a mindset she didn't have before we came to the school. Now she's working with her father. Can you imagine how many more of those kids that can do that if we tell them that they have what it takes, and not just tell them to put on some shoes they don't know how it's made and we pay $300 for the shoes, instead of teaching them how they can create the shoe that hasn't existed. And if you do that, give them the support and what we call wraparound service, which we have. I just watch and see what the next generation of our youth can do and create for themselves. But more importantly, own their financial freedom. Because I would rather sign the front of the check than the back of the check. You figure out the difference between the two.
Remember, and they probably still do this. Remember, take your kids to work day.
Yeah.
Parents would take their kids to work. That was beautiful, and I'm sure they still do it.
Yeah.
But I believe in the philosophy of, teaching them, getting them while they're young. And okay, you want to bring your child to work, but maybe the parents, and this is just a thought, it's like, okay, instead of just, showing my child off as a proud parent, this is the baby, this is the oldest, look at their drawings.
Yes.
Maybe parents should kind of think, okay, this is what I do. What lessons do I want to teach my child before I take them to work? What are your thoughts on that?
Yeah. I think it's called shadowing.
Yes.
That concept is called shadowing. Mm-hmm. That is part of what we do. That is a great idea because it starts the conversation. It could prick the conscience or the mindset of a kid who say, oh, mom, is that what you do? Oh, I would like to do that. Oh, no, I'm not going to do that. It helps them to begin to process, like, I don't want to be like my mother. I don't want to sit in one place from 9 to 5, right? Because I want to build wealth. Because you can't build wealth really sitting in one place from 9. But it's a good start. Some parents don't do, but it's a good start for the kids. Get to see where you work, what you go through, how you sit there for 7 or 8 hours, nonstop and things of that nature. It gets the kids to see and begin to appreciate what their parents actually do to bring home the bacon, so to speak. I think it's a great idea, but we're pushing the narrative that we don't want to have it to be something you do once a year or one time. Because what happens is that when something that is done one time usually don't have that kind of impact. It gotta permeate. It gotta be consistent. It gotta have some kind of a program where you collect data. Like for instance, we work with students now from elementary school, middle school, going to high school, college, so you can collect data and they follow through the system where it is not a one-time event. If it is a short period of time that they have it, it's not going to have a lasting impact. But I think that's a great thing to bring your kid to work day, is the way for the kids to have an appreciation of what their parents do and to get to see what workspace, what does it mean to get up every day and go to work. I think it's a great concept, and I think we can take it a little further and make it even more impactful.
Oh my gosh. And there's also educational programs. I mean, it's amazing what you do, Dr. Dureke. But I'm talking about also, besides what you do, that your organization does.
Yeah.
There's also programs that you can mimic. Not to you per se, that people can mimic. Like one of my favorite shows is Shark Tank.
Oh yeah, me too.
It's Shark Tank because it has you thinking. And I believe that having the youth thinking and being creative and innovative definitely has to start when they're small, even the simplest things or a project. And you're right, it does have to be consistent. What challenges, let's say, have you or the organization face when you have a youth or many youths when they need that extra push, to be innovative, to be creative, and they really don't know. What do you do with that?
Yeah, that's a great question. The challenge is always going to be there, but what is so interesting and amazing is, and I can tell you this as a matter of fact, when we go into some of the schools, the very first week is very challenging. They're like, oh, what are they talking about? What is business? What are entrepreneurship? But I can tell you in another month or so, the whole thing changes. They start coming to say, Dr. Dureke or whoever is a facilitator, so, oh, I have an idea. I'm a dancer. I like to do makeup. We're not saying whatever ideas those kids come up with initially is what they're going to do eventually, but it starts the conversation. Again, it gets them thinking critically. It gets them thinking constructively, innovatively. That's what we do. So when we find that the kids are usually not interested, it comes from lack of self-esteem or believing in themselves. So we work with the whole child. We don't just focus on say, oh, be a business person, become an entrepreneur. When we meet a child that is like, oh, I don't know, I'm not interested, we pick on their interest. So what interests you? We go and meet them where they are. Because if you can meet the student where they are and they trust you and know that you mean well, and they start sharing ideas with you, you start talking to them, before you know it, they see you as a trusted ally. They now see that whatever you're sharing with them, like we had a student, I think it was in elementary school, he's like, I don't want to go to college and I don't want to own my own business because I see what my mother and father go through. And I said, why do you not want to go to college? He said, because my brother went and he didn't like it, he dropped out. And I said, what is it about your parents? You said, sometimes they're not home early and stuff like that. And what we did, we dissected it. I said, rather than making your parents' experience be the thing that deters you, you should say, because of what my parents did, I'm going to go the extra mile to make sure we succeed as a family business. Bring the technology that your parents don't have. So we went over, because this boy is very good in technology. And we said to him, then for your brother, you are not your brother. For the fact that he didn't like college doesn't mean you don't have to like college. What do you need from us to support you? Say we can. So we didn't really push him. We had a conversation. We don't overload, because if you overload, they'll back off. So we had the conversation, kind of put the facts in front of him, give him the encouragement, say, WETATi Academy is for you. We want you to go to college, but we want to make sure that you combine both, because going to college has its own perks, has its own benefit. And you having your own entrepreneurial mindset, and then you become this person that the world needs. Do you guys know that at the end of the class, before we left, this boy came and put his hand around me and said, Dr. Dureke, I changed my mind. And I'm like, what are you talking about? He said, I'm going to go to college and I'm going to support my parents' business. Who knows whether he will or not, but just that's what I'm trying to say, answering your question. It is not easy. But if we don't start now, think about it. If nobody talked to you about a business, there's a guy that I went to Harvard with. And because I'm always very feisty, I'm like, I got to get this and nothing can stop me kind of thing. Because if you're not, the world is not going to surrender to you. You got to make up your mind that you're going to do. You're not going to look back for nothing. And everyone did whatever. So one day I ran into him somewhere on Georgia Avenue in DC. And he's talking about his son, graduate from college. He doesn't want to do anything. And he's trying to tell him to go do a business. I said, are you crazy? Did you ever talk to him about that or show him any pathway as he was coming up as a child? How are you going to tell him when he's not 22? He never heard about this, and you're not even in business yourself because you think I'm successful now. You're telling him to look at Dr. Dureke. That's not how it works. Are you guys following where I'm going with this? But can you imagine if he started the conversation with the child when he was coming up in the
Can you hold that thought, Doc? Can you hold that thought? We got to take a station break. We got to take a station break, but we're going to get back to it because this is so interesting. Whichever platform that you're watching this on, you want to be part of this conversation, all you have to do is go to the comments. Ask any question that you might have. I promise you we'll get you an answer. It's your life and ain't nothing but a party, y'all.
Ain't nothing but a party, y'all. James Cooley Show. It's your life. Dr. James J.C. Cooley.
Really get a chance to know who you are. And once you know who you are, you truly know who you are, love who you are. Love who you are. You're a masterpiece. Love who you are. Love who you were born to be. Love me some me. That's what I'm talking about. When you leave high school, you gotta know today or tomorrow, hopefully today, what your plans are. Hopefully, there is no bad decision unless there is no plan. Create, collaborate, commit with confidence. Commit with what? Commit with what? in everything that you do.
The James Cooley Show. It's your life. That's right.
Welcome back to the James Cooley Show. It's your life, and I tell you, this guest that we got on today, I told you. I meant to tell you, grab me about 8-9 bags of popcorn, because she was going to bring it. She's going to teach. She's going to educate. She's going to inspire. And she's doing it all, especially when it comes to entrepreneurship, when it comes to her program, her schools that she can help, and the kids type of people that go through a program, and you instill that insightfulness in there that you can do anything that you set your mind to. You don't have to go by the examples in the family or all the things. You have to be yourself. Be yourself. Think out the box, and let her academy teach you with the great folks that she got there. She building geniuses, entrepreneurs, people that's going to be our future leaders of tomorrow. So I'm gonna pass that back over to you, Michelle.
Oh, thank you, James. So, Dr. Dureke, what does our next generation of entrepreneurs really look like? I mean, I know you had this amazing event recently, but what is the face of the next entrepreneur, and how are they going to be a step ahead of the ones before them, let's just say?
So that's a great question. And you alluded to the program we just had, I think was June the 14th at the Grand Ballroom at University of Maryland College Park. I honestly believe that they look like those students that we cater to, and they are everywhere in America and around the world. They are the ones that sometimes people don't think have anything to offer, but we have proven that that is not true. But the good news is that those who don't believe that it's possible are coming around and seeing the impact. They're going to look like people like you and I and anybody else who believe that they have the power. And it's someone said to me, don't you need money to run a business? Yes, true. But you really don't need money to become an entrepreneur, because an entrepreneur is different from a business person, even though an entrepreneur could also be a business person like myself. Before I became a business person, I was once an entrepreneur. But the students that we work with, or the youth, the goal is to give them the tool that they need so they can become creators, become creative, create things, innovate ideas, and take business ownership more seriously than our generation or even the millennials today. So that by the time they get to some of the students that graduate from our program and have existing business, by the time they're ready to hit the marketplace or go into the workforce, they already are either successful entrepreneurs at some level or pretty much know the direction they're going to go to build generational wealth. If the big boys and big girls, or the business moguls, don't pay attention to help us to make sure that these students are directed in the right perspective, moving in the right direction, to own their businesses, to mentor them, to help us, partner with us, or organizations similar like ours, what would happen is a good portion of those students who would have become entrepreneurs because they're usually very feisty. They have ideas, they got to do something. But the people who don't understand say, oh, shut up and sit down. You don't know what you're talking about. Just go watch TV. If we don't come together as a community to wrap our hands and support system around them, many may go in the wrong direction because nobody came to them when they needed that support. I am of a personal belief that some of the kids that are labeled bad kids or the one that are useless, they are usually very smart. They're usually the smart ones. But people who didn't help them channel their energy or their creativity in the right direction will turn around and say, why are you running all over the sit down, do this and that, because they didn't understand. But sometimes as a parent, you only know but so much. If that's why we need that partnership with the parents, with the school system, the Department of Education, those successful people in business already. They shouldn't close their eyes and say, oh, they're going to be all right. And tomorrow, if those kids are not all right, they'll be the one to complain. What if they come and we collaborate, like you said, and connect and find an innovative way so we can bring a program like this to almost every community? Again, our focus is on the low to moderate income because sometimes they don't have it, and give them the tool and the hope to let them know that they too are capable and they can do it. And there is a support system to help them do that. And somewhere along the line, we have what we call the entrepreneurship pipeline, where we have relationship with some of our partners that they can now gain employment because they work with organizations. So we're like the cleaner. We are the cleaner. You know what I'm saying? We clean the kids up, prepare them so that they'll be ready to. And if you were at the gala there, you know what I'm talking about. Now, other school systems are calling us because they've seen the impact of our work. So the short answer is that they look like you and I and others who may not have the wherewithal to go on TV and project a new business and become a billionaire tomorrow. But if you're an entrepreneur, as an entrepreneur, you are the asset and not the money. If you know that, all you need is your creativity and your innovative mindset to start something. And somewhere along the line, you reach out to somebody who's going to say, oh, I can help you with that. So to be an entrepreneur is free. Everybody can become an entrepreneur. Where you may need a lot of money to go into the business side of it, but one has to start. So people, that's why I tell people, stop saying you can't do this. Don't worry about the business side. Innovate something. Come up with an idea. As you nurse it and you prune it, you work on it. Somewhere along the line, if it makes sense, they just say when the student is ready, the teacher will show up. There'll be somebody to help you along the line to the next. But the reason why I say now, because of the current economic terrain and the entrepreneurship and the workforce and everything going on, everyone can see now that just having a job is not enough. It's not enough anymore. And a lot of people, there was someone I was telling years ago, this person was very brilliant. I was telling them to start something, even if it's consultancy on the side, because of where they are at this corporate position. And they're like, oh no, I'm going to be with this company forever. Shortly after, they laid them off. And now they're like, oh, I wish I listened to you. And I'm not saying quit your job. You cannot quit your job prematurely. But I'm saying that what if you have what it takes to start something? How would you know that you know that if you didn't even give it a chance? Because for me, the worst chance to take is the one you didn't take. So the time is now. The environment right now proves my point. Because there were a whole lot of people who thought that they were going to die in the job they were in years ago and refused to look at other parts of other ways that they can build wealth. And I'm not shaming anybody. I'm not saying anybody did anything wrong. I'm just saying that proves that we need to change and do things differently with the next generation as we move forward.
And you know what's interesting? Oh, we going to break?
Yeah, we can go on the break. But okay. Go ahead, finish your statement.
And Dr. Rector, this is something I want you to think about before we go to break. These young minds, these young entrepreneurs, we want them to, innovate and think, but also they need to embrace technology. They're never too young. AI is here and it is replacing jobs. So we're going to talk a little bit about that after the break.
All right.
Yes, so I'll tell you what, this is an absolutely sensational discussion that we're having with Ambassador Dr. Dureke and I. It's not too late to become part of this conversation. So I'll tell you what, got another segment, another full segment. If you want to be part of the conversation, just go to the comments, ask any questions, and I promise you we'll get you an answer. It's your life, and we'll see you shortly after the break.
It's the James Cooley Show. It's your life. Dr. James J.C. Cooley. Yeah. Come on.
Dr. Michelle Cooley. Heart disease research saves lives. It's that simple. Thanks to medical advancements funded by the American Heart Association, more women are surviving heart attacks, strokes, and other cardiovascular diseases than ever before. But there's still so much work to do.
Hi, I'm Dr. James J.C. Cooley, and I'm raising funds to support life-saving research because every heartbeat is worth fighting for. In honor of Women's History Month, please join me in support of the American Heart Association and women's health.
Noah Dingley here, producer of The James Cooley Show, It's Your Life. And the new audio version of James' book, Country Boy, City Boy, A Journey That Ain't Over Yet, is a must-have. James shares his true life story of struggle and success in America. It's both a cautionary tale and a roadmap to achieving the American dream. Get the new audio version of Country Boy, City Boy, A Journey That Ain't Over Yet by James Cooley on Amazon.com or wherever audiobooks are sold.
The future is here.
Now is the time to pursue the greatness in you. Welcome to Viridian Christian University, where faith meets future. We are a fully accredited, 100% online Christian university. We offer bachelor's degree, master's and doctorate degree programs, built for students like you. Affordable tuitions, 30+ degree programs, 100% online and flexible. Integrating faith with learning. Study from anywhere at your pace. At VCU, we do not just prepare you for a degree. We prepare you for purpose. Discover who you are. Grow in faith. And build a future that impacts the world.
Are you ready to start your journey today?
Visit www.viridianchristianuniversity.com.
Apply today and be among the global leaders.
Welcome back to the James Cooley Show. It's your life, and I tell you, this guest, she knows she got to stand an invitation to come on the show anytime she wants to. She already know it because she always bring it. She always come to inspire, educate, influence, and teach. Teaching, as you already know, she's teaching. Now you sit back and you just might wear to break out a handbook or something and start taking notes. But before we get back to the conversation, I'm going to talk about this university, Viridian Christian University. Wow. I'm not talking about that just because I'm the chancellor. I'm saying that our university offers over 46 different degree programs, from bachelor's, master's, doctorate, and if you're doing well and beyond, we are honorary doctorate degrees as well. We are fully accredited and fully online. And we cost maybe a fifth of what any other university would charge. But if you're looking to further your education from a Christian perspective, look up ViridianChristianUniversity.com. ViridianChristianUniversity.com. We got a place for you. You can fully accredited, just like I said, you can further your education. And so I want to get back to this conversation. Dr. Dureke, I believe that your academy, WETATi Academy, should be the roadmap for the United States of America. I mean, I honestly believe that other states, government, everybody need to pay attention to what you all are doing, and kind of get these programs not just in Maryland and DC, but all across the country. What are your thoughts on that?
It's kind of funny that you said that. That's what I've been hearing that for the last 5 years, but this year it kind of exploded where we're in conversation with the city of Baltimore public schools now and others that are calling. Somebody from there attended our program. I said, why do we not have that? When they saw I mean, if you see these kids on stage, because the resiliency, confidence, if you see them before and then, ooh, please, don't let me go there. I'm getting up. It is now the conversation. And the great thing is that we have a full-fledged curriculum that was put together, utilizing and bearing in mind the Department of Education kind of standards. We are looking for partners. We can replicate, we can train the trainer. And all it needs is to rip off and duplicate. Whether anywhere in the United States of America, anywhere in the world, you guys are out there, we're looking to leverage and be leveraged. We've done all the work. We've gone beyond. This is like 13 years later. That's 13 years is not 13 days, 13 days. And you know what that means. We're very open. We know that the students need it because times have changed. It is not the same. In my younger years, we were told to go get all the A's, and I was an excellent student at Howard University, graduated with honors. There's nothing they told me to do that I didn't do. But where I was lacking was the practical aspect, which sort of talked to somebody the other day, and the guy was I forgot what his position is, and he said to me, he apologized, he said, because then what we knew then was we wanted everybody to get a degree and go get a job, but times are changing. Even Howard is making those changes, bringing some younger students to talk about those kind of things. So it's then, but now we know better, really.
Let me ask you something. So what is the age group of students that are in your program?
We cater from 9 to 25, elementary to collegiate, but we refer to them to students or youth.
And do you...
And we work with schools. We don't work with individual parents. We have to be fully in the school, either as day program, in-school program, or after school. So we customize to meet each school's need.
Okay, so the reason I asked this question is I'm getting ready to head back to Africa.
Yes.
To meet with the king, a couple of the kings, and my job for them bring me over there is to try to figure out what type of programs that they might need to help kind of push illiteracy aside. You know, whether it's courses, whether it's entrepreneurology. So that's why I was asking a question.
Sure.
Because I might want to pitch your program to them.
Sure. And we can partner in it. And before you continue, thank you so much for that positive conversation. That the program umbrella is the academy, but we have pillars that hold it up, which is from financial literacy, but we are practical. Practical is everything. Workforce, entrepreneurship, idea lab. So everything that you need to become financially literate, understand what it takes to be a good employee, all of that is encompassed in that program. And I think people have been asking, why is this not in Africa? But you got to know the right people. You got to do it a certain way, because we worked so hard to build this, right? So I would love to talk to you about it outside of this forum, but we're ready and able and capable as well.
I would love to chat with you about it. I'm serious. I'm going over the 22nd.
Yeah.
And I'm going to meet with at least 4 different kingdoms. I'm talking about the kings to talk about these things, but this is one of the reasons why I asked Michelle. I said, please get in touch with Dr. Dureke, get her on the show, because I know that I can get some guidance from you. I don't know how that's going to work, but sure. At least we'll have.
We'll start the conversation.
And so I miss you guys.
We miss you too.
We should have been there in June.
And it was amazing.
Yeah.
The next one is June the 20th, 2026 at the Grand Ballroom. We grew. Now we are the Grand Ballroom. You know what I mean? When you guys came, we were in the Colony Ballroom, but we took the leap of faith because you cannot be empowered to achieve the impossible and you just do the mundane. And it was really amazing. So the 6th is the entrepreneurship convention and idea pitch competition. Then the 20th is the gala and awards gala, the awards gala. And the showcase.
One of the things I want you to consider looking at Meridian Christian University. I think you would be a great honorary doctor candidate. I know you. I mean, so both you and John.
How many doctorates do I need?
Well,
well, you know what? We don't have that many minutes left for the show.
So we can talk.
That's okay, Doctor.
Hey, I like that because I'm gonna get as many as I can.
James, we need to wrap up, and we can talk about Margaret Speaks.
Yeah.
Okay. We got 2.5 minutes for the show. You got it, Michelle.
Can you tell us about Margaret Speaks?
Cool. So I am everything. The universe is my platform. I do whatever I want, however I want, to make sure that I'm impacting lives on a regular basis. So Margaret Speaks is a platform that I utilize. Margaret Speaks is even older than WETATi Academy. WETATi Academy is the work I do, is my gift to the world. Margaret Speaks is heart and soul of who I am. So it is a platform that I utilize to teach people how to rewrite their tomorrow. Because a lot of people get stuck on what tomorrow was and don't know that tomorrow can be rewritten in a way that it creates a better tomorrow for them. So I teach whether coaching, starting their own businesses. There's a program that I just created called Small Business Growth Academy, and it was powered by Wells Fargo, where me and my team teach other people that are struggling in their business how to grow to scale. It's actually an umbrella of business services that is streamlined, for small business growth. It is something that is near and dear to my heart. Margaret Speaks is the one that does all those kind of trainings. I use it to show people that they too can achieve. You can start with something small, build it over time. So don't sit and feel sorry for yourself. MargaretSpeaks.com is actually the website. And my email is margaret@margaretspeaks.com for those that would like to reach out. We have a lot of things that we can leverage and be leveraged. And that's the only way we can grow constructively as a community, near and far.
Thank you, Dr. Dureke. James, we're here at the end of the show.
Hey, Dr. Dureke, we want to get you back on real soon, if your schedule permit. Sure. And I promise to pick up the conversations.
Okay, no problem. It's always a pleasure to be here. I feel like I'm talking to my brother and my sister, and we're hopefully inspiring others so they can get up and not feel sorry. Even if you don't know the depth of what their issues are, it's not as important as how you get up and move forward.
So I want to thank you so much for taking the time to come on the show. I'd like to thank Dr. Michelle Cooley for putting together another absolutely fantastic show. Most importantly, I'd like to thank our viewers and our listeners for tuning in to the James Cooley Show. Always, always, always dream big, think big, and be big at everything you do. We'll be back Sunday on the radio. So I tell you what, check us out. Dream big, think big, and be big at everything you do.
Doctor.